Hi, this is Adam Ottavino. Welcome to Baseball and Coffee, and let's see what's brewing. Today, I want to get right into it. In a lot of my test shows, I was kind of dilly-dallying, talking a lot, giving a lot of descriptions, but in the real deal here, as today is episode 1, we're just going to get right to it. And today, what do I want to do? I want to watch Mr. Roman Anthony hit. This kid is the number 1 prospect in baseball. I was fortunate enough to be with the Red Sox in spring training this year. I got to know him a little bit when he was only 20 years old. Now he's 21. He turned 21 in May, and he debuted in June. And if we pull over here to his game logs, we can see that through his first 15 games, he was hitting 114 with a 518 OPS. So a little bit of growing pains in those first 15 games. A lot of the expected numbers, which means kind of what we would expect to see based on his quality of contact, we're kind of painting a different picture that he was playing better than that. But in the games that I have highlighted here, his last 10, he's pretty close to let's see exactly where he's at. He's at a 994 OPS. So he's basically 1,000 OPS, and that's only with 1 homer. So I thought it would be really fun to watch all these at-bats, watch his last 10 games of at-bats, and just kind of see what we think and make some really unfair judgments on this kid. But overall, let's just see what our takeaways are, and let's watch the kid hit a little bit. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it. First, we have to find Boston versus Toronto, and the date there is the 27th of June. That's when this hot streak started. Boston and Toronto. And we're looking for the 27th of June. And we're going to hop right into Roman. And we're going to watch all these ABs.
He's the DH.
It's got Berrios first.
1-0 Toronto.
So 2 outs, nobody on in the first. Gets his timing ready and takes a pretty good pitch to hit.
Take a ball outside with a
slider.
slider.
Slurve off the plate.
Hit, the sample that we have. It's
Rocking those new City Connects, those green monster City Connects.
A little bit of bad luck. Or as an ex-hitter, a lot
All right,
of bad
so they're
luck.
trying to attack him with a little bit of backdoor spin here. 2-1 changeup
Rios home with a 2-1.
coming. It's another good take, kind of sees it away. Kind of non-competitive 3 pitches in a row there by Berrios.
Fastballs for the first time.
3-1 cutter.
And that's a staff that can.
Very hittable pitch right here
Yeah, I mean,
for Rome. He's been seeing a lot of pitches that popped away. And this one kind of supposed to be in, but kind of goes to a very dangerous spot.
yeah, I mean, his first.
Ends up getting the foul ball.
The 3-2 home. Swinging a shot into right field on the move. Barcia not going to get to
There's
it.
a ground rule double, almost a homer. 102.7 at 22. Line drive over the right fielder. This is a pretty good swing here. He's worked him away the whole at-bat, minus the first pitch. So I like the pitch call here. What Toronto is thinking here is he's seen away. We're going to front door him and kind of surprise him with the fastball.
3-2 home.
And to Anthony's credit here, he's ready for anything. Pitches in, turns on it, pulls the hands in nicely, and there's a double. All right, second at-bat for Berrios. See how he attacks him this time. Still trying to get ahead with that backdoor slurve. So far he's 0 for 3 doing it. Gets the call there. It's a little bit of a rookie call on Anthony there.
Be that guy.
Can stay away from him with the slow stuff. Another non-competitive pitch. Stay out there with the sinker. Tickles the bottom of the zone. I think that's a good take. I don't think Roman, that's not the pitch he was looking for. Slurve again. Ooh, this could have been a homer.
He did go back to the slurve. He was trying to get that.
Anthony knows it. He just missed this pitch. Bottom of the zone, right into his bat path. Just gets a little under it and fouls it off. Interesting they go back to the slurve here on 2-2. Try to go for the back door, doesn't quite get there.
Gets caught guessing. We've seen that
3-2
so far.
changeup.
See what happens here in the 3-2. He's going to swing and miss for
So he sees one fastball that whole at bat, and it's kind of down and away painted. The rest is off speed, so we're gonna keep tabs on how they're gonna be attacking this kid. Here's the third at bat for Berrios. So far, they look like they want to throw him spin and changeups. Another backdoor slurve. So that's really been his preferred method to get ahead. The backdoor slurve. Here comes the first four seam that Roman's going to see from Berrios. He's late on it. I think the slurve slowed him down just enough for him to be late on this. And this pitch is accidental, paying away. He's trying to go in. But he's in the driver's seat 0-2. He's going to go back to that changeup that got him last time.
And the 0-2.
It's a nice take by Anthony. Pitch tracked really well. Spits on it below the zone. Gets him to chase off the plate there. He grounds into the double play. Does hit it hard, 101.2. Alright, so that's the first at-bat. And the 28th, Mr. Bassitt on the mound. Roman goes 3 for 6 in this game. So first he gets Berrios, who's kind of become a jack of all trades, but has a really good slurve. That's kind of his go-to pitch along with the sinker. Now he faces the kitchen sink man in Bassitt. Wanted to come out a little more aggressive, it looks like, this at-bat. Hunting that first pitch. This is a great pitch to hit. Just a little bit under it. So he's got a few pitches to hit here in the early going that he's fouled off. Really slow curveball, tough to pull the trigger on that. Nice pitch by Chris. I'm going to try the up and away backdoor cutter. This is up and away backdoor cutter is a really good spot that the heat maps will show you a lot, righty versus lefty, because there's a lot of take on backdoor cutters. Like the ball kind of pops up and away. That's not usually a lane that the hitter's looking for. So you get a lot of takes here. This time Roman actually protects the plate really well on this pitch from Bassitt and ends up spoiling it. It's a really good pitch. Really, really good pitch. Even had a nice amount of vert on it. So he gets him to swing. He's going to try a fastball, see if he can't get that by him. Another foul ball. We're going to try the up and away cutter again. Really good pitch. Almost gets the swing. Anthony holds up. I don't know. Let's see. What do you guys think? You think he's going to hold up on this? I don't know, folks. This seems like a swing to me. But gets the call, and we move on to the 6th pitch. So he's throwing him 3 hard pitches in a row. Yeah, I think this is a good choice by Bassitt. Slows him down. Throws him a little backdoor curveball. So far, one of the trends we're seeing with how the Blue Jays have been trying to attack him is a lot of backdoor, slow spin. Kind of challenging him to stay with it and not try to do too much and pull the ball right there. He pulls an outside pitch. Ends up being an easy rollover. All right, second at-bat. Now remember, he was aggressive in the first at-bat. Bassitt knows that, so he throws a pitch trying to throw it on, off. First pitch trying to throw it in the zone, out of the zone. Doesn't get the bite. Looks to me like Roman's attention's more on the outside corner here. Batt's going to double up on the cutter. Misses again. So now in the driver's seat in this at-bat. It's already a 3-0 Red Sox league at this point. And Anthony's going to be dead red on the fastball. Gets the fastball down the middle. Smokes it up the middle, 108. One of the things we've seen from this kid, and one of the reasons why he was the top prospect in baseball, is because he hits the ball really, really hard. He went viral for a 115-mile-an-hour homer, one of his last games in AAA, as we see the side view of this swing. He stands very upright in his swing, but he packs a punch. So there's a line drive to center.
Today, 1 for 2.
All right, third at-bat. This time it's Fisher. This is a breaking ball specialist. Goes to the curveball, misses top shelf. Now he's going to go right to the curveball again. Anthony hits it hard, but hits it off of the pitcher and throw home to get the out at home. Another 100-mile-an-hour. I don't know where the defense was positioned here. This might have been a hit. Let's look at the high home. Had this ball not hit Fisher, this might have snuck up the middle. Yeah, I think that ball gets up the middle. It's well struck. It's going to be interesting to see him face guys with good curveballs, because when you're facing really powerful lefties a lot, curveball's a really good pitch from a righty to kind of keep them on the ground, keep them out of the air. A lot of times guys try to do too much with curveballs. They kind of beat them in the ground towards first or second baseman. All right, now we're going to face Schultz.
Roman looking for his second hit.
Force him in, ball one.
A 9-1 lead in the 5th inning.
Cutter up, ball two.
Against Kansas City.
Here comes a driver's seat
That was in the middle
fastball.
of the game.
Misses off.
Given the matchup.
So now 3-0
Bassitt
count.
on the mound.
Taken all the way, up 9-1.
Hit. Narvaez a hit. Abreu a 3-run homer.
Little change up on the corner. So you can already see the respect that people have for this kid despite coming into this game. Like I said, he's at a 500 OPS. He was not doing much. But 3-1, down 8. The Blue Jays up for a 3-1 changeup to this kid. They know that he's dead red on the fastball.
3-run homer.
That's a nice one. He kind of pours it in there. And, you know, if you're going to throw a 3-1, got to throw a 3-2.
He'll poke down the foul.
Roman's a little more on time with this one. This ball could have been clobbered. This is not a good pitch. But spoils it, fouls it away, and gets himself to the fastball.
Little bounding ball past third. That's down the line fair.
Definitely beat by the fastball. Benefits from the shift there. But you know what? Sometimes the best way to go about it when you don't know what's coming is just let the ball get deep, see it deep, get beat. At least you put it in play. And when you put a ball in play on the ground to the opposite field, there's usually a lot of holes there, and Roman gets rewarded here. Kind of gets inside out, it dribbles it down the line, and Barger off the line. So, and he's pretty quick out of the box there, so he gets a nice easy double. That's the second hit of the day. Now he's going to have a tough at-bat versus a tough lefty. Fluharty, Mason Fluharty. Little cutter away, looks like he was taken the whole way. 12-1 game.
First time he's had more than one hit in a game in his
Cutter up.
major league career.
It's not a strike, gets it called, so the cutter's going to lead right to the sweeper. This is a very typical approach. Cutter sweeper. Play that game a little bit. As you can see, this pitch makes Roman a little uncomfortable. This ball pops at him before coming over the plate, and you can see his energy is big time pulling out here. His weight pulls him back on the follow-through, and now he's down 1-2, and let's see how he battles versus this lefty. This is a 20-inch sweeper. This is a nasty pitch. Good take, good take, good take. So now he's seen the shape 2 in a row. Here comes 3 in a row. Almost pesky pole here. So this is like this is always a problem with a guy where you're gonna try to go sweeper, 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 sweeper. The sweeper, more than any other pitch, really loses its effectiveness once the hitter sees 2 or 3 in a row. Then he knows, like, if this ball doesn't pop kind of at me, it's not going to be a strike. If it pops kind of down the middle, it's going to be a ball. So it's pretty easy take. That ball popped at him, so he knew it was going to be a strike. If Fluharty was smart here, the next pitch would probably be a fastball away for Free's attempt. Let's see what he tries. It goes back to his cutter, which I guess is his fastball. They're using it up, and he pulls it. So 3-2, I bet he goes back to the sweeper. Nope, sticks with the cutter. Ends up throwing a perfect pitch on the corner. I think this is something that makes it tricky for hitters is this is a sweeper. It's hard to differentiate out of the hand, cutter versus sweeper. They're both moving the same way. This is a sweeper. This ball ends up off the corner. So Roman kind of decides to let it go, thinking it's going to sweep off. Ends up sticking right on the black. It's a pitcher's pitch. I can't blame him for taking this pitch. He wasn't going to do much with it anyway. To me, it already shows pretty good plate discipline, honestly. Really great hitters strike out looking. They don't chase, so I'm okay with this strikeout here from Anthony. And he's going to get one more AB in this at-bat versus Heineman. This is a position player, so this is kind of a dumb at-bat. Little lollipop. 55-mile-an-hour pitch here. I mean, this is home run derby. I think he's going to get a free double here. It's BP. It's slower than BP. It's at 107, so kind of a dumb at-bat to even watch, but let's go to Red Sox, Toronto in the third game. Anthony in there versus Lauer. So this is, he getting the start versus the lefty, left on left. Now, in the minor leagues, this is a guy, and in the future, this is the guy who's going to play no matter what. Righty, lefty, doesn't matter. Switch pitcher, he's going to be out there. But early in his career, with the Red Sox being so desperate to win some games, they've sat him versus some lefties. They've pinch hit him versus some with some lefties on the mound. So it's good to see him in here. You know, he kind of buckles a little bit on this slider right here from Lauer.
Game 7-6. He will deal a strike.
So that tells me he's looking for something out over.
It's a lot so far.
And here comes the out over. Oh, no, kind of in. Pulls the hands in. Rolls it over. And that's his first at-bat. Second at-bat, we're going to get a single.
You're like, okay.
See how they attack him.
I'd say it was sneaky.
Curveball down, good take.
Homie number 2.
They decide to double up on the curveball. That's not what Anthony's looking to hit. I think he's still on the fastball. So they're going to go in with it. Yep, he was definitely on the fastball. This ball pops close to him. This is a very good pitch. Tough pitch to get to. Hands got to get pulled in. Ends up hitting it off his back leg. You know, that didn't feel great. All right, they're going to go back away with the slider here.
1-2 to Roman. Off the plate.
Really good take. So, early takeaways, he controls the zone well.
Very good at working counts.
He definitely wants fastballs. He's definitely firing on fastballs as he dribbles that one up the middle. At 101. So even when he's ass out, reaching for a ball, hitting it off the end, it's still 100 miles an hour, and that's going to serve him really well when you want to punch balls through the infield. Every little mile an hour makes a difference. You know, if that ball's 97, maybe Jimenez can get to that, and it's an out. All right, third at bat for Slower. So far, 1 for 2. Takes the fastball the whole way.
6 of them have gone for extra bases.
Slider down. Definitely showing some good patience here. Man in scoring position. A lot of times guys come out firing on that first pitch, but he's content to take it. 1-1. See if they go in again. They do. That's where the success has come so far. Roman kind of rolls it foul. Now they're going to slow him down with the curveball. Ooh, nice swing. Stays on it. Drives it to left. This is the beauty of the monster. Don't have to do too much. He only hits this ball 93. And it makes a really tough decision for the left fielder. Jumps, kind of hits off his glove. I think he gets credited with a hit here, but he stays through this ball nicely. This ball's away from him. It's 2 speeds down off the fastball in. He just saw us. This is like, probably feels like a 17 or 18 mile an hour difference in perception to Roman on this pitch. But he stays through it. Little scissor move with the back leg. Strong enough to get it pretty much to the monster. And I do think just having the monster out there is going to make a huge difference in his career. Because it's very forgiving for you to go the other way. If he played at Yankee Stadium where left field's pretty deep, he would probably subconsciously become quite pull happy trying to utilize that short porch and right. But for the best left-handed hitters, playing in Fenway's a gift. You know, David Ortiz, flick it off the monster. Bill Miller was a great hitter for the Red Sox, kind of flicked it off the monster when he won the batting title a lot. Rafael Devers, obviously. So that's kind of the approach that Roman's going to look to take if he wants to be an elite Red Sox hitter. And I think it just makes him a better hitter in general, the ability to use the whole field, and he certainly has the pop to do it. All right, so let's watch Little. This guy's been shoving all year. And he's going to end up punching him here, but this is a tough at-bat, so let's see how Roman approaches it. Full take, first pitch, little sinker in, left on left. Looks like they're going to double up.
How about this note on Jarren Duran?
Take. Those are tough pitches.
0-2.
Another take. Good take. Not desperately hacking just because it's 2 strikes.
1-2.
Another one, sees it down, lets it go.
Against Cincinnati, which many have called the greatest World Series ever played.
Yeah, I don't think he was seeing the ball very well off Little that whole at bat. Doesn't pull the trigger on anything. But that's okay. Overall, it's a good day. A couple knocks. And now we're going to see who they had after the Red Sox. They had the Reds. So we're going to look for the Reds on the 30th. Red Sox and Cincinnati Reds. We're going to go to the 30th. Anthony. So first at bat, he faces the rookie phenom Burns, throwing hard. Let's see how this goes. First pitch he sees is 99. 99 right down the middle. Then we got a little pickoff. Now he's going to see if he can get on time with that heater. This is a fun matchup. This is 2 mega prospects going at it. So this is just some young guys. Hormones flowing through that body, feeling good. Mano y mano. There's a heater. See if you can hit it. Fouls it back. Burns is going for the 3-pitch all heaters. Kind of pulls off it there. Here comes the first slider, which for my money so far, that's Burns' put away best pitch. Really good pitch, really good protect. This ball pops in the zone, so he's going to fire. It's biting hard. Roman buys himself another pitch. Ooh, and it's going to be a changeup. Interesting choice.
I don't want him. Tapper for McLean. And that one thrown into left field.
Well, it's an error, but it's a good pitch by the pitcher. Anthony ends up rolling it over. Burns is getting what he wants here. All right. So Burns didn't last very long, and now Anthony's going to face Suter, or the Raptor, the kid from Harvard, who works fast, throws some weird pitches. This is a cutty 4-seam, huge extension, 7.3 extension, but only 88. So this is just, he hides the ball really well. This is a guy who induces a ton of weak contact. Let's see what happens here on the second pitch.
It's just different. That one through the hole for a base hit.
Well, he gets him to roll it over in the 4-hole, and if this was the old days with the shift, that would have been an easy play. But this is another place where you get reward for top-notch exit velo. 109, yes, it's on the ground, but 109 is what gets it through here. This ball's hit 105. It's not going to be able to split this gap. But sure enough, it splits the gap. So already we're seeing how hard he hits the ball, paying dividends for him there. All right, next at bat, Lasorsa, another lefty. A lot of tough tests for Roman. Taken all the way.
Near and dear to Wake's heart. Sorsa into the game. They just
for take on the sweeper. That was a tough pitch to lay off. That was a strike a long way.
Cincinnati waking up. Here's the 1-1. And a line shot.
Stays through it. Content to use the whole field. Lets himself get jammed a little bit. Drops it in for a base hit. Very good balance at the plate here. With a sinker guy like this, you can't cover both outside and inside, so in my opinion, the approach is to kind of let yourself get jammed and drive the ball the other way, and that keeps you on that slider in case he makes a mistake, and then you can hook it for a homer. Good job, nice stroke. And second time he faces him. So the first time he stayed through a sinker. Let's see what Lasorsa goes with him this time. Sinker away, there's a take. I bet it's going to be very sweeper heavy. Yep, there's the sweeper. Oops, going back to the sinker again. Gets the awkward swing. That was kind of a weird swing. Alright, so let's check the sweeper. Good pitch, good pitch. Nothing you can do there.
Roman Anthony with a couple of base runners.
Going to be aggressive here, get some RBIs. That's a nice curveball. Power curveball, 87. Yeah, nobody really wants to throw him a heater in a heater count.
Sweeper passed in that.
I think he gets him off the heater enough to get him with the fastball here. Yeah, threw him a lot of off-speed, and I think Roman finally said, you know what, I'm going to be on off-speed timing, and then he got the fastball. So, pretty good job there by the Reds. We're going to see... Here we go. Versus Brady Singer. This is a good matchup for Anthony. Sinker slider shouldn't have much for him. Let's see how it goes. Backdoor slider off the plate, gets the call. Now they're going to probably go sinker away. Yep. Sinker away, stays on it, drives it hard to left field. This is a great approach. Sprays it down the line for RBI double. Stays on this ball really well. It's a nice short swing. Let's see from the side. If he can be content to drive the ball the other way, his BABIP's going to go up, his batting average on balls of play, and I think there's a lot of doubles over there, especially at Fenway. All right, he's going to try to ambush here. First pitch ambush. Wow, I like the old school visuals on this game. All right, well, he hit it hard, pulled it, trying to ambush. Pitch got under him a little bit, and then he's going to strike out these next two times. Mole, this is an atrocious matchup for Roman. This guy's nasty, left on left. And it seems like the left on left sweeper has been the one pitch so far that's given him a little bit of trouble. Yeah, he doesn't look anywhere near those pitches, so they're just going to spam him. Yeah, they just go 4 sweepers in a row. If you get it to the down away, it's going to get him. Yeah. So as we go in this career for Anthony, and he's facing left on left, he needs the ball to pop.
Nobody on base, 1-2 pitch.
He needs the ball to pop in here to swing. He needs it to pop way in here to swing on a sweeper. If this ball starts in the middle, it's going to be a ball. As you can see here,
Nobody on base, 1-2 pitch.
this pitch already started not nearly enough in for you to swing at this. As soon as you see the ball start in this location, you know it's going to finish over here. That's exactly what happens. So he's just got to get a little better calibrating himself versus same side sweepers. He's also going to punch out in this at-bat for his line 8%. Those are righty, so let's see. Aggressive on the sinker, kind of a perfect pitch. See if he can play with the aggression. Well, really good take. Not fooled by that shape. Yeah, easy takes on both of those. The changeup's got to start higher. Yeah, I think he thought he was going to go back to the fastball here. Ends up tripling up on changeup. They are not willing to give in to Roman with fastballs. They're looking to do sneak fastballs with 2 strikes, and that's about it. That's what they did there. There's a little sneak fastball. All the other pitches had been running. He just saw 3 changeups in a row. So I get what he was doing taking there. All right, let's go to the 3rd game of the Red Series. Red Sox, Reds. Another 0 for 4.
Right field.
Nick Martinez is a smart pitcher, very savvy. Goes at him with a backdoor cutter. So they're trying to get ahead of him with a lot of backdoor spin to this point. And then soft stuff kind of down and away from him, forcing him to use the whole field. They don't want to let him pull the ball at all with how hard he hits it.
Yeah, we saw him early. He was playing great.
Martinez has an excellent changeup. It's super slow. Not even 80 miles an hour there.
In my opinion.
Backdoor cutter again. A lot of backdoor, a lot of stuff down and away from him. Backdoor cutter, really good pitch.
Tigers on that, and rightfully so.
Backdoor curveball. And now finally they're going to go to the sinker in. So a lot of using the fastball to kind of surprise at the end of the at-bats. A lot of usage of off-speed early, fastballs late. He's shown a propensity to swing. So far, it looks like he's shown a propensity to swing at those fastballs when he gets them early, and teams are just not going to give them to him. Yeah, another ambush attempt on the curveball. This is a beautiful curveball, right below the zone. Tantalizing enough to swing at, but probably not to hit. Now they give him a fastball just to change the eye level. They're going to go right back to something off speed. Backdoor cutter. And then when in doubt, throw the changeup. That is a beautiful parachute changeup. The fastball in this at-bat was 92. This changeup 77.6. Now we're going to go to the changeup again. Roman does a good job staying on this one. Does hit it hard. So I actually like this swing. I think this is a nice adjustment off of the previous miss. He hits the crap out of this ball, 103. It's just right at the fielder so he doesn't get rewarded. Let's look at this swing. Let's see how he stays back. Yeah, it's a good job. Kind of delays the stroke just a bit. He strides, and then delays, and then still hits it hard, just right at the guy. But you can see they're not willing to give him anything. They're not really willing to give him anything hard. I would love to see the effort level on Martinez on the changeup. Definitely slows down a little bit, but it looks like kind of late. Yeah, it's like one of those kill your lower half type things. And then he's going to get a strikeout versus Taylor Rogers. This is another really, really, really tough at-bat for Anthony. This is a veteran lefty. He's going to hit you with sinkers and breaking balls. Backdoor sinker attempt. And this isn't a one-run game here, so they're not going to give in here, but this is the matchup that the Reds want for Anthony, left on left. Sweeper continues to look a little awkward on it. They're going to stick with it here on 1-2. That's what I would do. Still doesn't look good on that pitch either. Kind of pulling off it. They're going to stick with it again. If he locates it, he's going to get him. Let's look at that from the center field cam because he buckles him. and then he swings. So he's really struggling left on left with the sweepers. That's the only trend I can see so far. They want to slow him down, and they want to go left on left with the sweepers. So after the Reds, we go to at Washington starting on the 4th. This is where he really starts to heat up, as the Red Sox really kicked the crap out of the Nats in the 3 games in Washington this past weekend. They outscored them by like 25 runs, and then everybody got fired from the Nats front office and manager. So a lot going on there, but this is a big game for Anthony. He's facing Mike Soroka, who's been excellent this year. I'll take first pitch.
Made his much anticipated major league debut.
Soroka did not get the memo. Anthony's looking for a heater. Up and away, drives it to left. Can't throw this guy 2 heaters in a row in the zone. He's going to hit the ball hard. 104 on the line drive, and we're off and running. Second AB. Goes at him with the fastball again.
We mentioned earlier.
Durant steals second. Or he bluffed it, I guess. 1-0.
That has been
heater down
for Michael Soroka this year.
And now 2-0, they go to the slurve. Ends up hitting him in the foot, so kind of a nothing at bat there, but he is on base. Third at bat for Soroka. Yeah, they're going to try to get ahead of him soft this time. That's what I would do. Taking all the way. Yep, they're going to double up. Looks like they learned their lesson now. Stick with the breaking ball. Slow him down.
For a strike, it's all within
Yep, now he's going to go to the Martinez approach. Change up off the 2 breaking balls.
That's pretty good
contact. But Anthony stays in there. Keeps that shoulder tight. 1 away, .8 to center. That's a double. And now he's on all 3 times to start off this game versus Soroka. This is an excellent job staying through this pitch. It's not a great location. I think in a perfect world, Mike would like to have gotten this pitch down here. But he ends up popping it like up here. And so Anthony's able to stay closed. Let's look at it in half speed. And he's able to get that barrel on it. When he hits it hard. And that's why Jacob Young out there in center can't get to this. He's pinched over a little bit in the oppo gap. So that's where a lot of Anthony's outfield contact has been going. But he hits this ball too hard where even an elite outfielder can't get to it. All right, 4th at bat. Now he's facing Zach Brzezicki.
Responsible for 7 of these runs.
Heater up.
It's batted around in that 3-game series, and now Boston's done it.
2-0. Nobody's throwing this guy to a fastball.
That's all it is in these games. These early games, you just
2-0 curveball down.
This kid, man.
Heater up. That's a good location, though.
2.
Curveball down. Now he's got himself to 3-2.
And Mr. Baseball.
3-2 changeup. Then another good take. So really controlling the zone well in this game. He's on all 4 times. Let's watch this next at bat versus Ryan Loudis.
Roman Anthony.
Starting with a slider.
He's been on
good
base.
Pitch to hit, but he wasn't looking for that. Now they're going to go to the changeup.
Plus getting hit at third base on a foul ball.
All right, so you can tell that the models are telling a lot of guys to start him with soft stuff, away from him, changeups. They really want to stay away from the fastball, probably particularly the sinker. Here's a guy who throws fastball, Salazar. So let's see how this happens.
By any means, a lot of money over a lot of years.
2 fastballs up, switches fastball type to sinker. See a lot of this going on. Guys don't want to throw 3 the same shape in a row. It's a good job. The ball pops in, gets a free strike. Back to the 4.
That'll be a totally different lineup because Willie Adames is
Roman wanted to, but holds up. And then on the 3-1, they go back to the sinker.
You look at the pass too for the Giants.
Holds up. So he's on base 5 out of 6 times in this game. And now you can see his takes are getting better. His approach to left center is there. And he's starting to feel it. All right, now we got another start versus a lefty, Mitchell Parker.
We just had a birthday in May, by the way.
Little heater down and away.
Times.
Double up on the heater. This could be a mistake.
Yesterday, only a ground out to second got him, and that'll happen.
Good spot down in the zone, beats it in the ground. He definitely, Roman seems to like the ball more medium height. Anything at the bottom of the zone, he definitely seems to have a propensity to hit it hard, but hit it in the ground. Hit it 104, but easy play. Second at bat.
19 in the series. And this
Comes
one
out
rolling
aggressive on the
through right
fastball.
side.
This time gets it through the
He's got a
hole.
great
So he's hitting grounders, but he's finding holes occasionally, mostly because he's
No
hitting these
chance.
balls hard.
And it's 3-0.
Third at bat. So far, he's only seen fastballs in this game.
He's in
left
the
on
Nats
left.
bullpen. Back from
Parker
his
knows that he's going to go to
rehab.
the
Been
slider.
gone a long time. Zach Brixey
That's the
option
strike.
to triple.
Going to double up. And nowhere near that. Going to triple up. Can't throw him anything but a slider here. Should be strike 3, but pretty good take.
18.
Gonna go to it again.
It's like Soto.
There's one at
Just
somebody.
not comfortable on the left-handed breaking ball. Still trying to pull them a little too much. Let's see how the fourth at bat goes. If he sticks with the slider approach. Yep, slider strike 1.
You get stuck with
See the
some of
adjustment
these
here by Roman.
5:30 starts in postseason, and it
Another
is
full side
so
grounder,
hard.
another hard hit ball.
Even
So this whole game he's been hitting the ball on the ground, but he does get 2 hits through the 4 hole.
Because it looked like Nathaniel Lowe on this one was a step or 2 off based on.
Kind of pulling off left-on-left breaking balls, but he gets rewarded because he hits the ball hard there. So now we're going to get this last AB versus Rutledge. Big, tall righty throws hard. He's going to probably try to go top of the zone on him. Both four seams and cutters. Little backdoor cutter. Roman, I think, is still on the fastball timing.
He was just
good
after
speed
the
there.
Rochester series.
3 straight multi-hit games.
He's going to double up
last
after
week,
beating
Saturday,
him.
Sunday,
See
Monday.
the adjustment.
And this one,
Not a good pitch
high
to
in the
swing
air
at.
right
Gets the
side.
bat to it,
Low,
pops it up. So he doesn't
Garcia.
strike out. That's the end of that game. And let's go to the third game versus the Nats. Ogasawara making his major league debut from Japan. So, all right, first at bat, another left on left. Sure, he's going to get a steady dose of off speed. So slider ball 1, knuckle curve. Down. I think if we have any takeaways so far, it's like they do not want to throw him fastballs, especially left on left. He's going to get a steady dose of off speed. Left on right, he's going to get a steady dose of backdoor breaking balls and changeups. Everybody seems to be aware that the fastball's dangerous to this kid. They're using it mostly in sneak attacks or trying to get ahead with first pitch, hoping he's taking. Even there, 3-1 slider, first strike, 3-2 sweeper coming.
3-2. Spins one, and it's in
Hits
the
it
right
hard
field.
again. So that's kind of the ball in play that he hits off lefties is a pull side grounder on the sweeper.
Just like that
Energy's
for
kind of pulling
Sox.
off, but he is utilizing that 4-hole. It'll be interesting to see when
Spins
the model
one,
starts telling
and
the
it's in
second
the right
baseman
field.
left on left to pull himself a little more
Thanks to the
over.
steam.
Like as you can see right here, they have him here. I think at some point they'll probably shift him over to there because we've seen 3 or 4 hits go that way, left on left when you're throwing breaking balls. If you're going to pinch him up the middle, that's probably more of a protection against fastballs, but clearly the model's telling these guys not to throw any fastballs. So, all right, let's see the second at bat, same pitcher, more breaking balls.
And that front door.
Ball inside. Ball down. 2-0 fastball. He was taking the whole way. 3-0. 3-0, see if he triggers it all. More to get his timing. No intent to swing there. Sure enough, 3-1 slider. Pulls it on the ground again.
Nathaniel Lowe.
I see a
Right
trend
to the bag,
forming,
and that's
folks.
a badly needed 0
You're
on
going to
the
get a
board.
ground ball to the right side against Roman if you throw him a breaking ball in the zone, left on left.
And that's what
All
our
right,
Washington
facing
area
Brad
tournament
Lord, a
is.
righty now.
Children's Inn at the National
They start him
Institute.
with a slow slider. Here comes their fastball.
So far, great fastball like that right
Beats
there.
him.
but
So
a
they've
first
slowed
pitch
him down
slider.
this whole series, let alone this at bat.
1K.
And now the fastball looks like it's going to play a little bit. Yeah, ends up beating him. Those are nasty pitches,
Hits
though.
just keep on coming from the net.
Kind of a low slot from Mr. Lord. And I mean, that's a perfect location. Anytime you can throw a lefty right there in that zone, pretty tough to hit. All right, so he gets abused there. Oh, Ferrer. This is a 100-mile-an-hour lefty. Let's see this at bat. Taken all the way, sinker in. This is a very uncomfortable at bat, left on left. Ferrer to the slider, nowhere near it. Nowhere near this ball. Anthony swings, and this pitch was he misses this pitch by 2 feet. So they're going to stick with the slider. That's what I would do.
He's not happy.
Yeah. And you don't want him to be.
A little bit of a better take, but you can see the energy of his body is to bail.
Ferrer's
backdoor
gonna
sinker
beat
for
the
strike
outside
three.
edge.
Yeah, left on left, the plan here is you throw him sliders in the zone and you throw him backdoor fastballs for take. Because once he measures the slider, he's going to take anything that's running away from him. And then that fastball is going to catch him on the
Ferrer's
outside
gonna
corner.
beat the outside edge. That'll
Oh,
do
the
it.
left on left is a big challenge in the big leagues. These lefties are no joke. That guy Ferrer is throwing 97-mile-an-hour sinkers with bastard sliders on top of it, so it's tough at bat. It doesn't get any easier. Even in a blowout game, you're facing Andrew Chafin, and this guy is super vet. Been around forever. It's sinkers, it's sliders in the dirt. Really well executed. Let's see. Sinker, sinker, and here comes the slider. See if he pulls it to the right side. Oh, this time to the left side. Kind of a chop. Easy play. So that's it for the National Series. And that is going to take us into last night's game versus the Rock Show, where he gets 3 hits. And, I watched a little bit of this game. He's starting to feel it. All right, another left-on-left matchup. He's really getting a trial by fire these last 10 days, and the fact that he has 1,000 OPS through the stretch is impressive because he's definitely uncomfortable left-on-left versus breaking balls. Gomber gets ahead with the first pitch slider. He's going to stick with it. Better take this time. Roman makes 1 pitch adjustments. You can't get him to chase the same pitch twice in a row. Little fastball away, so again, he's looking for this ball. This is a called strike because Roman's looking for the slider to pop kind of up in, and this is just a fastball away. Anything he sees over there, he's taking. And so he sees it over there. It's a take all the way. And that's how he gets there, and then he's going to go to the curveball here to get him. Yeah, it's a good sequence. He goes from hard to slow there at the end. Once again, another lefty just giving him a steady diet of off-speed pitches. All right, let's watch the second at-bat for Gomber.
Just kind of has a presence.
Starting with the four-seam here.
He's a bulldog out there. He was
up in
the maps, but
and right to the slider.
He did that back in Chicago too, which I find pretty funny. But
up away.
You came here to win. And to win championships, you wanted to be a part
he's
of
definitely
that.
hunting slider now. He's starting to get used to this. The sliders, they're going to throw me sliders. Stays on the slider. And he's going to drive up the middle for a hit. So let's see something here. On the high home, looks like the Rockies have the lefty a little bit more pinched over. I think the Nationals guys are about here. So they're trying to cover this hole a little more because that's where all the hits go. And then, as fate would have it, this ball is going to get dribbled up the middle. Yeah, so he does a good job staying through that. He's definitely sitting breaking ball. I think he's had enough of the breaking balls. He understands, like, I'm going to get some breaking balls in the zone. If I can stay through them, that's my chance to do some damage. And sure enough, here comes the third at-bat for Gomber. Let's see what he gets him on. First pitch curveball taken all the way. Second pitch curveball.
Trying to teach him to hit home runs.
It's a good take. I think he's still on breaking ball timing. And here comes a fastball. Oh! Finally gets a fastball. Finally gets something he wants. Left on left. Yeah, Gomber doesn't like it. Gomber's not happy with the pitch call. They probably said, let's sneak this heater by him. It's the third at-bat. We really haven't shown him any heater except for that one away. And this pitch kind of leaks down the middle. It's just not fast enough to get by him. 106.4 to dead center at 30 degrees. When you're in Fenway, center field feels impossibly far away. So this ball's poked. This ball's crushed to dead center. That approach of knowing you have the monster out there keeps a guy closed. Keeps a guy from spinning off. And that's a textbook swing. Pretty good load early with the hands. Stays through it, exhales on the follow through. This ball's dead center. Beautiful swing. And this is the worst feeling in the world as a pitcher. You're like, oh no. No way he took me deep. But he did. So there's finally the homer, and we have 2 more at-bats to watch. Here's Tyler Kinley. This guy's a power breaking ball specialist, so I would expect to be all breaking balls for the most part to Roman here. First pitch slider, strike. Second pitch curveball.
And 1 strike pitch.
Ball. Third pitch slider. Yep, they're sticking with the off speed. And another pulled hard ground ball through the 4-hole. He's wearing out that 4-hole the last 10 days. 109 on the ground. And he had 1 more at bat left on left. Let's see if they stick with all sliders, I would imagine. Ryan Rolison. Ooh, anticipating it though. Anticipating it. Start to anticipate the off speed. Pitch pops at him and he fires. This pitch leaks a little bit more into the middle here instead of here. I think Roman crushes this pitch. It's good anticipation. Anticipation is a huge part of hitting. So he's starting to feel how they're pitching to him. He's starting to anticipate. Good take on the 1-1 on the 1-0. Now they shift to another breaking ball. They're just not going to throw him in the fastballs, and he beats it in the ground. So that's kind of consistent with what we've seen from Roman. That is his last 10 games, right there. And as you can see, in this last 10, he did get to a 994 OPS. He hit a lot of singles. He ended up getting 17 hits there, 5 doubles, 1 homer. If we go over to his Savant page, he doesn't have enough at-bats yet to qualify. That's why all this stuff is faded here in the middle. That's why all this stuff is faded. But you can see he's got a 354 expected weighted on base percentage. So that's how good his contact you would expect him to be doing. It's driven by really hard exit velocity, 94.2, which looks like it's almost to the top of the scale. 54% hard hit rate, 12% barrel rate. His bat speed's elite, 73.7. He's not chasing, which to me is the most impressive thing for a 21-year-old. His chase percentile's got to be in the top 20%, I'd say. And he's walking. So most guys you see that come up, they kind of swing at everything. They're so desperate to do damage. He's doing a good job controlling the zone. If we have seen one trend today, it is that left-on-left breaking balls. He tends to pull those on the ground pretty consistently. Everybody seems content to throw him breaking balls. The approach that we saw a lot of is righties with backdoor spin early, kind of change-ups down, sneak attack fastballs when necessary. And with lefties, it's just a steady diet of sliders, especially sweepers or curveballs. The slow pitch seems to get him out front pretty good. But as you see, he did start to sit on them a little more as time went on. I think that was a really good test for him. He faced probably more lefties than righties over the last 10 days, and to have 1,000 OPS there is big. With the Red Sox losing Devers, well, not losing him, but trading him away, this lineup definitely needs somebody to step up and be that all-around stud. Might be a little too much to ask for this kid at 21 years old, but the way he swung it the last 10 days is certainly encouraging. He's not chasing. He's using the whole field. He's hitting it hard. Got the OPS up to 751. I think it's just a matter of time. This kid's a phenom. He's hitting the ball as hard as anybody. He's controlling the zone. You know, there's really, really a lot to like from Roman. There's a reason why he was the #1 prospect in the game. And I've had a good time watching him here. I want to watch the home run again a few more times from the side angle. See if we can study the swing a little bit. He's very upright, hands start forward. So the initial move, as the pitcher shows him his load, he goes hands back first, gets him in the slot, then leg. And when he lands, he's pretty stretched, got a lot of leverage. And a nice high finish. He's got a good lead leg block with that right knee to generate that power up the chain. Smacks it out there. Maybe we can take a quick peek at his bat tracking metrics, swing path, and attack angle metrics. We're going to add... We don't have him. That's crazy. Come on, MLB. So we got no Roman Anthony? We have a minimum? No, not qualified. 1 swing. Update. Now I bet we can get it. Add player. No. Yeah, so 73.7 bat speed, 30-degree swing path. First front of the plate. He definitely hits the ball out in front, 5.9 feet in front of the plate. There's no visuals yet. He starts open. He stands pretty tall. Attack angle 8 degrees, so he's a little bit choppy. But he gets on plane really nice. That's going to allow him to drive the ball to both fields. You know, it's going to be interesting to watch him develop because the Red Sox are big driveline people now, and they're big on pulling the ball in the air, and I think that's really what they're preaching is pull the ball in the air, pull the ball in the air, pull the ball in the air. This kid needs to use the whole field. He's got enough pop where he can go out into any part of the field, and I think especially playing at Fenway, he should really utilize that to his advantage and drive the ball the other way. He shouldn't try to do too much. Shouldn't try to pull everything. Pulls are going to happen on mistake-breaking balls. I think his main approach should be to drive the ball the other way. And that's going to allow him to continue to make good swing decisions. It's going to make it tricky on the pitchers because they're not going to have one set way to get him out if he's willing to use the whole field. Seems like he's already picking up some good adjustments on the off-speed pitches, starting to hunt him a little more left on left. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think he's going to be in there almost every day now for Alex Cora and the Red Sox. Starting to get hot. Let's see if he can get himself over 800 OPS, see if he can get himself into the mix as being one of the main dudes here. So that's it for today. That's what's been brewing in MLB. Last 10 days, Roman Anthony, #1 prospect, starting to look like it. It's been fun to explore him a little bit. Let's watch how he continues to progress this next week. And I want to thank you guys for watching me. We'll be back here in the same place, same time, roughly tomorrow. So thanks for watching.